Are we live?
I think so. Let me see. Make sure. Yeah, we are. We are live. We are live. Hello,
Hi.
everybody.
Hi, and welcome to our second streaming of EA Live. Today we have Felix, who will be doing a live build of a real project.
Yes. We are going to start with the real project that we mentioned like 3 weeks ago, actually. That Mason started with the business part. We are going to start today with the style guide. Yep, building in Webflow. So I think we have already sent comment. Hello, Fiorella. Hello, Fernando. Jose Arce as well. Hi guys. So yeah, this is the second live stream. We changed the format actually, right, Florencia? We made it like a kind of Zoom. Now we are going to make it live here on YouTube. This is gonna be in English, but we are going to have also in Spanish for our Webflow Cafe community. So stay tuned
Yep,
for that. And yeah, excited to start. I think it's a new start, new format, a new thing that we're going to do here in Edgar Allan. So excited. Uh,
awesome. We have Fernando, a lot of people from Webflow Cafe. Thank you for
yeah,
being here.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, please guys, if you have any question through the live stream, anything related, we have Lemmy as well from the team. Everything related with the streaming, with the knockout, the build that we're going to make, please leave it down below on YouTube or Twitch. We are also in Twitch live, so excited.
We're Twitchers now and
Twitch.
streamers.
Yeah, we look forward to see more people from the community as well here and have a Webflow conversation, live builds. So anybody that want to join us, please let us know, and yeah, we'll make a live stream.
Yep.
So I think there are things coming from Webflow that we want to share. Well, I think the community at the end of the day they know, but it's the fact that the no code conference is already they
Oh,
have
wow.
dates. It's already November 9th and 10th. It's in the midway. I don't know exactly where it is, but it's in San Francisco, in California. Are you going, Florencia?
I hope so.
I
I'm
hope
looking
so.
forward to see everyone from the community, especially the community, the English speakers that we meet usually in Twitter or in other communities like Webflow Party, and I'm so excited to be there, and I'm looking forward to meet everyone in person.
Yeah,
It's going to be
absolutely.
fun.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be fun. Everybody was waiting after the pandemic and everything that have something a place that we can all reunite in person with each other because there's many people that are friends but online friends, and the fact that you can see the people, touch the people, interact is totally different that stay in front of Zoom. So we have also Mason. Hello, Mason.
We have Jerry.
Jerry as well. Hi guys. So yeah, we wanted to start sharing this news from Webflow. Yesterday in the live stream that they had with FinSuite, they released that after that. So I think it's gonna be fun. So for today, what we're going to do is like we have this real project. For instance, this is the punch list that the one that Mason mentioned in the last live stream that we had. It's
Hmm.
a real project from a real client. So what they want is like move their site that they have, I think in WordPress or something like that. I don't know exactly, but I think it's in WordPress. They want to move to Webflow. So they didn't make a big change on the page, but we are going to make in Webflow. So we have this Figma file with the small style guide. We're going to start today with the style guide because there are so many questions related with Knockout and how approach a project using Knockout. So I think it's useful to start from the style guide because it's the base of any project. It's important to have a style guide whenever you are making like a big project, I guess. Not maybe a landing page, no, or a small project, or whatever it's a big project. I will deeply recommend to have a style guide. So yeah, so everything is based on knockout. So we click here Control G. You will see that there is 14 columns. So it's based off of knockout. So we want to start with the style guide. If you guys have any question, please let us know. Put in the comment. We are going to respond everything related with the project or something else. Anything that's about knockout or any project that you have.
Just a reminder, we have the Figma file of Knockout that is a clonable as well, so you can start
Yeah.
your own style guide using our Figma file.
Yeah, so this is basically made with knockout.com.
Mhm.
Here is all the documentation in English and in Spanish. We have videos and we have the clonable for Figma and the clonable for Webflow in this case. So you can just need to go to knockout made with knockout.com and you can clone there the our knockout clonable. So here we are in Webflow already. I already create duplicate knockout. We also we need to say that it's version 1.0.3, which is we make some updates on the stuff. Like I think the last one was like icons from the phone awesome. So we also update, knockout to improve and get feedback from people.
It's never finished. We
It's
always
never finished.
pull.
Never finish. Never finish. Because at the end of the day we get feedback from people, hey, how do you approach that, or that will be better to do like this, or for example something that we didn't add but we are going to add is the flex gap, but you can create your own classes as well. But we have a different way of making knockout, but it's good for example to have, yeah, the people say, hey, I want a flex gap, do you guys have like a utility classes for that? We're going to add it as well. So we are constantly working on the project. No, we have some questions. Why the name? Oh, hello, Victoria. Why the name of Knockout? Well, to be honest, this is something that probably Mason can respond better than me. I don't know if you know Florencia.
I'm not sure either,
I'm not sure either.
but I
So
guess it's it knocks you out
it's
when
not
you
just.
it blows your mind when you start using it,
Yeah.
especially for large project. I think um, it's a
Hmm.
great way to start and to help you, have a structure and a path to follow your project. I'm just laughing. We can't invite him right here.
Yeah,
Um,
Mason, if you want to join us to the
Let us
conversation,
know.
let us know and you can join. But yeah, it's like I don't know exactly, but it's knockout. Look, it's says Mason. This is something that you call coin it as a way to complete a project quickly.
He
Yeah,
wants to jump in. Okay.
yeah. So I can share here with Mason. So let me a second. But yeah, basically it's like um, the framework is made by one of our colleagues, Joe, that made a really great job. It's been, I think it was Mason mentioned this was 5 year working
5 year
on.
project.
Yeah, it's like here you have Mason. It's a big project, so but again, we are all building up and making changes. So you want I can start. Should we start now?
Shoot. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So please, guys, you ask any question, please let me know. Let us know.
I will read the questions.
So yeah, basically today we are going to do the easiest part. Let's say is setting up Knockout. In this case, we are going to start with the headlines. So in order to go, you go to here to Knockout setup, and you have this is all the setup that you need to make. You don't need to go to any other pages of here. I mean, you can go make another changes or add a new classes, but essentially, whenever you go to the let's say the setup of the project, the Webflow project is just in this page. So let's start with the Figma here. So this is 6484, and we have Mason around here. I think no, it's mute. Oh. Let me see. Well, let's continue. And now, whenever Mason has the camera, we join. Okay, 64 and 84. So what we do here is, yeah, well, this is 64. We're not going to change. Probably it's going to be the same because we were based off the knockout. Maybe there is not many changes up here. But what we're going to do is like change the font. For example, is the Monroe. This is a free
Google
form.
font.
Yeah, Google form. And then this is normal, style normal. So let's say this is normal. 64. How we approach the height, the line height is like, this is, the line height is 84. So what I do is like take the calculator. I always put it in percentage. So what I do is like 84 divided by 64, 100, 131 and 25. This is the percentage that we put in here. 131, 25%. Then we do the same for based off the heated. So not only based on the class, but also the H1, H2, H3. You can do it, or you don't have to do it. It's not mandatory, but it's how we normally approach with the knockout. No, so this is 100. We say 131.25,
Yes.
and this is 64. Okay. I think we have around here Mason. Let's add him. Hello, Mason. Now. Okay.
Hey, can you hear
Nice
me?
t-shirt. Yeah,
Yeah.
we hear you.
Hey,
How are you, Mason?
I'm
You're,
great. How are you doing?
you're all good. We see you with the Boca jersey.
I do. Boca is my team.
Good, good,
As
good.
I've down in Argentina right now, and I've been learning all about Argentina. And what I've learned is that Boca is the best.
Yeah.
I may
Don't say the opposite. Don't say the opposite.
I may have some influence in that that outcome
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I'm a Boca fan. So
Yeah, we have also Stephanie here, Vishal. Hello, guys. So yeah, let's continue. Let's see. The second one is the Excel. It's 48 and 72. This is gonna be 48 and 72. So we made the math. 72 divided by 48 by 100, 150. 150, and here we change
font.
the font, the normal. This, I mean, it's painful at the beginning. Do that to all the like setup, not only knockout but any style guide actually. But it's really important because at the end of the day, you want to scale, or anybody want to jump to the project. It's really easy for someone and say, okay, this is the style guide. This is how they approach. So it's like they don't start creating classes and making more changes that they don't need to do. So it's basically the base of any project. I would recommend to do it.
And I'll say as well as like this is probably the most technical part as we're going through, and then after that, a lot of this stuff clips together. And I think part of the goal here is that as we're thinking about allowing for a lot of authors to do this, and we kind of want to make it simple as possible for authors in the long term. So this is like a little bit of hump that we go over so that everything on all the different viewports and things like that just kind of works. And then once we're able to go through and kind of adjust the math on these pieces, which again, like once you get that formula down once, then it kind of just, it all works. So
yeah, this is based what you need to understand from Knockout. Whenever you understand the math that is behind, is so easy. It's like you just need to transform the pixels, then to viewport width, and then to pixel again. But this is maybe the most difficult part. But whenever you get it, it's so straightforward. It's really easy to develop the site. So 28.
And the other thing that's kind of been interesting about this project is that, so if you were to go in and kind of, like, Felix, kind of keep doing what you're doing, but
Mhm.
we're doing just sort of a bit of a cleanup here. So punch list, they're not trying to go through a full redesign. So we're doing just kind of more of a one-to-one port. And, this one-to-one port, what we wanted to do is, make sure that everything's kind of coming over, but then also allow them to be able to make those updates longer term. So,
Yeah.
they're going to be, they're evolving. They're a new startup. They've got a lot that, they're kind of learning from their analytics, and they want to be able to kind of have that idea on a Monday and be able to turn it around on a Tuesday, and have, less technical authors be able to do that. So a lot of this, kind of the baselines that you're putting in here later on, when we're getting into creating like those shared components with shared, shared symbols with content overrides, something that we use a lot. And thinking about that authoring, people don't have to worry about small viewport or anything along those lines.
Totally agree. We are just in the last one. This is Roboto as well on 18. 18. It's 130. Yeah, please go ahead.
And this design was also sort of a derivative of Boldo. So that's just kind of like a good system for us where, we'll have a lot of this padding, things on those lines. And you can look up Boldo Figma file. So that's kind of where this came from. And shout out to Yvonne, who's not able to make it, but he was the one that did this initial pass.
And do we also have Boldo as clonable in Webflow, right?
We do.
Yeah.
So if you go and see Boldo, there you go.
This is the clonable. There's like 5 pages that you guys can clone. This is based on Knockout, so you can start. If you don't know how to start with Knockout, start with this because everything is based on the framework. So what else?
And even a few kind of client projects. We've got everything from what is it? Betterfly is built on Knockout. What's a recent one that we've done as well? So it's betterfly.com, and then you can see the changes from there to all the way to like Excel uses an early version of Knockout. So that was kind of what I'd say is like Knockout. I don't know what version we're on, but it's probably Knockout from about 2 years ago. And then Narmi, they use they use kind of like version 1 of Knockout, like the one that you're using here as well.
Yeah. One thing what I'm doing here in Knockout, you have the style guide for, let's say, desktop, and also for tablet and mobile. So you can do that for your, let's say, for your project. It's not mandatory, but I recommend that because sometimes you need to change based on the style of your project, that you need to change maybe one, let's say one headline is L in desktop and then is medium or S in tablet. So this is why we approach in this way. So we have the headlines, the text, and everything based on the different viewports. So what I'm doing now is matching exactly what we have in the desktop version, doing in the tablet. You can do it in this way, or you can do your own. It's not mandatory. It's like, but I always do in this way. So this is what I'm doing here. Tablet. This is 38. I forget. I forgot 36 and okay. 36. This is the L. 36.
And now, Felix, I see that there's different colors here. What's the different colors that the different viewports we're seeing?
So yeah, this is the purple one for tablet, and then it's tell you here more classes available for the mobile, the green. So you go, it will show up just in mobile. You only see if you click on the mobile version. I think I'm going to skip that, but it's basically to don't do all of them because it's gonna take it's the same
Mhm.
thing. But you basically what you do in Knockout is whenever you make the headlines for the desktop, you just match. You go to your tablet view and you just match the same value that you have in the headings for desktop, and then in mobile the same. You go to mobile and you change it or match it. Just depends. Will depend of the style that you have, but how basically we do it is like matching the exact same sizes, fonts, and everything in tablet and mobile. So once you have that, is you need to match the. We have a custom code up here. You go to custom code and you go to large viewport type. Here is all the math behind the knockout. Okay, those are variables, CSS variables that contain all the sizes of the headlines and also the text and the body. Okay, so what you do basically is like you go to the Figma, the same thing, and you just need to copy the size of your headline in this case. This is the headline XXL, XL. So let's say this is 64. This is the XXL. So we go to the XXL, it's 64, it's the same, so we're not going to change. But you need to change those values, the viewport width and the pixel. It's the only thing that you need to do. Change the values of the variables that we have in here.
Yep.
Then we do the same with the Excel. This is 48, so we go to Excel and we put here 48. And we go to the L 36. I don't know if there is any question or someone that's related with that.
Not for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess what I was thinking about is just maybe talk about like, so we were just adding those variables in the stage in Webflow, and then now you're adding it into the custom snippet. What's this custom snippet do? What's that sort of empower for authoring?
18. Let me a second. So you mean this here?
Yeah. So what are these? Why are we kind of doing this is, as we talk about no code, and this is very coded. What's the sort of advantage of having this coded snippet?
So basically what you need to know about knockout, that everything in the base breakpoint goes in pixels. Whenever we work in the second breakpoint, this is the 1440, you need to transform to viewport width. And the math behind that is like the pixels divided by 1440 multiplied by 10. So we transform to viewport width. This is what this math do. It's like takes the variables of the values that you see in here and transform it in viewport width with this math. And then whenever we jump to the last, to the last breakpoint, which is 1990, in this one, they transform back to the pixels, multiplying the pixel that we have, let's say 16 pixels, multiply by 1.333 to transform to 1920. It's like a math. So this is the calculation of here. So the pixel that you had at the beginning, multiply by 1.333, and the value you get is in pixel. So in this way, we are able to scale all the, let me put zoom, I don't know if the people can see. In this way, all the pages scale. And then there is a max width on 1920. So, I mean, otherwise will be humongous. Imagine that there is someone with a 32-inch monitor, will be humongous. So there is a max width up there. So not only happen for the font sizes, but anything that has pixels. Let's say that I create, I don't know, a margin that doesn't exist in Knockout. Let's say that it's a margin 25, margin bottom 25 pixels. So I need to transform this 25 pixels to viewport width and then to pixel again. I'm going to make an example so the people can understand, but it's basically everything that you see in the base breakpoint in pixels, you need to transform to viewport width up here in the 1440 and then pixel again to in the 1920 with the math that we have. This is everything is in our documentation, but if anybody have any problem, just let us know. There is a
We
question.
have a question.
Here. Yeah. Can we understand? Yeah, absolutely, Jose. So I have, for example, I'm doing a project, I think with the largest style guide ever. But so doesn't I had to add like headlines to Excel, 3XL, or 2XS. Like you can add as many you want. Like you can create, for example, let's say that you have a here headline, no, and you need more than 6. Okay, so what I do if here, I normally, you can do that or not, but I duplicate it here. I'm moving, and let's say that I have 2XL, let's say, no? And for this one, what I do is like, okay, I need to create a new class up here. So what I do is just create the class to Excel. Let's say that this is going to be 120 pixels, okay? 120 pixels. This is a 2XL. This is a new one that you don't have before, so you need to create one. So the second thing that you need to do is create a variable. There are two options, but I will go for the variables, so it's more easy and everything is more organized in the project. So what I'm going to do is create the variable for 2XL. So I'm going to the custom code, to the large viewport type, and in here, we have all our variables. You can call the variable as you want. But for example, let's say I'm going to put in here, no? It's going to be, I don't know, 2XL. Excel slash viewport width. It's going to be 120, we said. The first one is going to be in viewport width, as we have in the rest, viewport width. So it's 100 viewport width. And then up here to Excel pixels, as we have in here in the XXL, we have the viewport width, and then in the pixel. And in here, we're going to add it in pixels. So we have already the variable. And now let's add the math. It's really easy. Just copy paste. It's like, let's say that I copied this one. This is the headline XXL. So I'm going to copy, and I paste it in here. I remove the H1 because remember, we changed the sizes of the font based on the class, but also based on the H1, but we don't have H7. So we have H1, H2, H3, and the H3. So this is going to be applying only for the class, based on the class. So we said this is to Excel. In this way, I think Webflow doesn't allow you. I think it adds like a slash, but you can call it Excel, or you can call it, let's do it easier, 3XL, okay? Let's add it 3XL. So it's going to be easier for everybody, because I don't know why, but Webflow doesn't allow you to Excel class. I don't know why. So yeah, we are here. What we need to do is just add the value that we are in for the XXXL. So we just added the X, and that's it. We have one. Second one is the second math that we have in here. We copy, we paste. Oh, we copy here, we paste it. I remove the H1 and the X up here, and add the X up here. So we save it, and then in this one, we are gonna change for XXXL. We already have a new one, a new style for the headline. The same for the text or for margins or whatever you want to do. This is the way that you do for the headlines. Again, I even had classes that were like sub headlines that we don't have it in Knockout. So what I did is create my own classes and give them their own style. And then you just need to add the values, the variables in here in the custom code, and that's it. Other option that you have, if you don't want to go to the variables and say, hey, I don't want to make the variables, I don't understand. Okay, you can do it through Webflow as well. So what you do is like, you set the size up here in the base breakpoint, and you jump to the next desktop breakpoint, which is 1440, and we make our math. So we do 120 divided by 1440. 120 divided by 1440 by 100. So this is the 8.333 is the viewport width. So we just add here 8.333 viewport width. So it's a scaling in the 1440. Now we need to put it back to pixels in the 1920. How we do it? So basically it's like we get, it was 120, yeah. 120, we multiply by 1.333. It's the same thing that we saw in the math that you see in the custom code. The same thing, we are doing the same thing. And this value 159.96 is 159.96 pixels. And so scale. So if we move around the different viewports, the headline is going to scale. So this is the two options that you have. You can either make it in the variables, the text, or you can make it in here in the designer. In the designer, how you are going to approach the different ones. Hello, Maria. In the designer, here is how you're going to approach the different classes that you have. Let's say that you want a margin button that has 25 pixels that we don't have. So what you're going to do is like add here in the base breakpoint the 25 pixels. In here we make the math and we transform to viewport width. And in here you're going to put it back to pixels. I know it's a little bit complicated, or anybody has a question in regards to that. Mason from Asia, did you have any question?
No, I think, yeah, again, like a lot of the stuff you're setting up here, we set it up in the front end, and then, we don't have to go in and update all the classes sort of everywhere. So it's kind of like a holistic, get it done once, and then from there we can just go in and make a lot of those classes at desktop, and then they just sort of scale and work in other viewports.
Yeah. So how you do it, Jose? I don't know if you have any other question. I know that Jose have been working in a couple of projects already with the Knockout, which is amazing. He made a really great job making the Formula One page, and I think it was the Met Museum one. So yeah, this is how you can do it, Jose. I'm trying to go back here, but well, let's remove up here and up here. Okay. So once we have already, I think this changed, no? This is 18 and 27, and it was Roboto. Okay. I know what changed, but probably because I was playing. I forget all the time the 27, the 18. Okay. And then 27 divided by 18, and then 50. Okay. Yeah, so we have already the headlines. We do the same with the text. We have 3 different classes for the text large, medium, or small, but you can create your own. You can create more, and even you don't need to even follow the nomenclature. You can say text, whatever. But you just need to keep in mind that you need to scale and transform to viewport width, and then to pixel again. I think there is a question here from Jerry. It says, I think creating a series of videos explaining the knockout process in English will be cool. Yeah, Jerry, you have it. You have it in our
the documentation.
Yeah, documentation made in Knockout. You have in here all the setup and everything. So just go to madewithknockout.com and you have access up there. Then about the font style, I think that was the question I had. Thank you. Yeah, so anytime, Jose, anytime, just let me know if you need any support with the project. So then we jump to the text L. It's again the same. So font size 24 and 36. This is 24 and 36 is gonna be 36 by 24. 150 is the same, and text medium is 20 and 32. 20 and 32, I think it's the same, no? 100. And I think no, it shouldn't be 20. Sorry, I think I made a mistake. 20 by 2 by 20. And then 60. Oh yes. Thank you, Jerry. Yeah, he's just coming. And well, one thing I didn't realize is the font is Open Sans 400. Okay, this is the open. I love this font. Works everywhere, always. I know you guys use it, but Open Sans always work. Open Sans, this one as well.
OpenSense, Montserrat as well. I think it's a
Mm.
very reliable font.
Yeah, it is. I've seen many projects. 16 and 28. Okay, and this one 16. So we have the 28 by 16, 175. Okay, so we already have the text as well. What we need to do is just add it to the. This is we said 24, 20, 16, 24, 20, and 16. We go here. So we go text 24. This one, and medium is 20, and the small is 16. Okay, so we already set up the text. This is again the same that we did with the headlines. We do for the text. So you have classes specific for tablet and specific also for mobile. Okay, so you can make and apply the styles. One thing that we miss up here is the body form, the body font that normally we work with the medium. Let me see the in here, but I think it's the small. Okay, so it's 16. So what we're doing here, we go to the body tag, click select, and this is gonna be 16. We say 16 and 28. I think 150. No, 16, 175, 175, and then is Monroe. If I'm not wrong, let me see. No, Open Sans. Sorry, Open Sans. So okay, so we already have set up the body. This is really important. It's the first thing that you need to do. Set up the body style of the text style of the body. So we already have the headline. We already have the text. Let's continue. Well, you have the rich text as well. In here, again, you can do it as you do normally in Webflow. There is nothing different. At the end of the day, it's like take the tag, change inside nest selector inside the rich text, and then you apply all the styles. You can either use the same that you have in your style guide. Let's say this is the H1, H2, which is this one, this H1, H2. So we can set up the same way. So how you do it in here is like 64 and 84. So you let's say, no, this is H1. Well, actually, we don't have H1 in rich text. So let's jump to the second one, actually, because normally you have one H1, which is not the rich text one. So this is 48. Fernando say Comic Sans. Comic Sans. 48, 72. Okay. 48. Well, actually, the same. I don't know, it's apply. 72 by 48. 150. Yeah. So what you're doing here, sorry, to apply that, we actually apply to all the H2 and everything was applied in the variables. You can do it that, but you can also make your own. As I showed you before, you can do it with the designer. If the designer is the same. If we transform here the 48, we can say this is 48 divided by 1440, 100. So it's 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay. So you can just put in here 3, 3, 3, 3, viewport width. So this is how you scale in the different viewports. And then we go to the largest viewport. And we said that it's 48. So we go, 48. And here, the 48 by 1.23, but for transforming again to the pixel. So it's 64, actually. 64 pixels. So in this way, this H2 inside of the rich text is scaling based on the different breakpoints that we have. So This is how you do it. Again, sorry, it's jam. With the paragraphs, it's the same. We already applied to the body, so you don't need it to change. But for the rich text, it's like I will take care only for the headlines. Either it's different or it's the same one that you have up here. So I'm not going to deep dive in the rich text. I think it's not worth it. You guys have any other question about that? Just let me know. Let's jump to the next next step in the setup. I think it's really interesting how we approach in Knockout. Is the colors. The colors. We approach in a different way. Instead of applying the colors to the classes, we apply in the swatches. The swatches, it's like, let's say that we have the color black. Sorry. We have classes for the background and classes for the text. But let's say the background, no? So how we do it up here is, instead of changing based on the classes, how you do is just clicking here and you edit the swatches. The swatches are those small buttons that save the colors of the project, and you can name it. So let's say that you have this black, but it's not gonna be black. So you edit it and you change the color that you want, save it, and that's it. It means that every class with the black, let's say that you have the background, the text, the links, any component that is linked with this color is gonna change. So you don't need to go one by one every class changing the color. I don't know if it makes sense or anybody have a question related, but for example, I think it's easier to see if we do it with the primary color. So we have the text primary color that is linked with the swatch primary. So if I change, for example, let's say the background primary here, I click on the swatches and I edit the swatches and say, this is not going to be let's say the primary color. It's going to be the same. I don't know. Let's put another one so you see the difference. If I change this color and let's say this is going to be red, okay? So if I apply that, it's going to apply to the color of the text as well. So everything is related with the primary color, which is the text or links or whatever, is going to change. If only changing the swatch of Webflow instead of the class, okay? So this is how this working in Knockout is the way that we approach it. But again, you can do it in your way, just applying. But I will say that if you change based on the class, you will need to change also the different classes of text primary, for example. There is, I don't know, any question for anything or something you want to mention, something I missed here?
No, like we said before, this is just the first setup that you have to make in order not to have headaches afterwards. Especially if you have like such a big project that you don't know where you use that color or and also for teams. Like
Yeah.
if someone has to like change a color, it will just change a swatch and it will change everywhere. So I think that's at first you may be like, oh, this is such a long setup, but it's not. It's just uh, like setting things up early, and
Yeah.
so you can sleep at night, not worrying about what will happen or if someone will touch something. And also that's something to consider. Sometimes someone will make a change and it will change everything, and you're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
how do I fix this? Well, it will be an easy fix as well.
Yeah, and you can also create, for example, let's say that you don't want to use I mean, doesn't make any sense, but you can create your own color for the links. Let's say you can create your own link, your own class, and attach to this color. So in the future, you change the background, the primary color is going to change to everything. I think it's the best approach. So imagine that you want to change buttons, links, text, background, everything related. Just make one small change and apply it to the entire website. That's it. You don't need to take care of classes or whatever. Just really easy. So let's set up up here. Make this at the different. Let's see here. If I edit, I set the color. Okay. Now, yeah. Okay. So now I changed this primary. It's gonna be applying to this one as well, to this color in the primary. It's taking the same swatches, and with the rest of the color as well. So let's see the secondary. This is again, you can do it. If there is not enough color, you can create your own. Now we can create a color to see that. So I go here, the secondary, apply, them here. Sorry, have the tertiary color. Here I edit, and you can change the name of the swatches as well. But I mean, it's how we name it. Quaternary. It's like difficult to say this word.
I had to look that one up.
Sorry.
Said I had to look that one up.
How to
Just
say
well, just like what it meant. So
Let me see. Okay, everything's okay. I was thinking. Okay, this is the other color. Then we have the neutral that we normally use for the grays. So, but you can use for whatever you actually want. But we use for the grays. We are in here. Oh, this is the same one. Actually, let me see. Make sure that they're the same or not. Then do it again. BBB. 999. Okay. BBB and 99. Okay. Neutral 4, 5, 6. We have in here. This is, I don't know, it's the same one. Seems like, no?
Yeah.
7, 5. There are some times that you don't need all of them, like, and you leave it there. So I think this change. You leave it there, you don't need to use all of them. So just leave it or remove it. This is gonna be something difficult or something that is gonna confuse people. Get rid of the element and that's it. Oh, I didn't change by the swatch here. It's important. Otherwise, it's gonna apply only for the class. I'm not gonna apply it for the rest of the thing. And this one is different. Up here, we change. Okay. Perfect. And now we have this bonus that they are not linked to other elements. You could create like text bonus 1, text bonus 2, and it's going to be linked through the swatch. But this is something that we have there for just in case you need to add more colors. No? In this case, we have. So let's add it. The bonus here. And this one as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we have to say that I think next week, no, Mason, we are going to have another person from the team.
Yeah, so Kendra is going to join next week, and she's going to talk about content and how we try to approach, really sort of the kickoff with a client and having a better brand sprint. Mm-hmm. So she's going to go through a little bit of that setup that she does, and just sort of talk about, when we're getting going. So a bit different part of the process. We can also, we'll, I'm sure, continue to build with punch lists. So I think we're going to try to do this whole build live in some type of fashion. Maybe it's on Fridays. I'll sort of defer to you in terms of like the schedule on this. But
I will say that anybody that want to know more about when it's going to be the live streams, we have here the community. So if you guys want to join, if you are in the Webflow Cafe 1, you don't need it because we are going to publish as well. We are going to make, we said at the beginning, Mason, that we are going to make streaming in Spanish as well. So anybody that want to join this EA Live, just go to this URL, Luma, EA Live. And we're going to publish the different shows or whatever we're going to do. I would deeply recommend to go to the Kendra one because it's fantastic. I learned a lot
Mhm.
from her, and it's amazing. You just struggle with the copy of the website, how to to make all the content. Actually, it's the first step of making website.
Yep.
Is how we approach in
Yep.
Edgar Allan. So I will deeply
Yep.
recommend to come to this episode because it's really valuable, really valuable. And then, well, we have the buttons here. We have questions. I got questions from people. This is the same thing. Button primary is linked with the swatches. Button secondary is linked with the swatches, and so on. So how we approach the buttons, we have here different buttons. We are not going to make all of them now. I will make it later. But how we approach the buttons is like basically what you need to keep in mind is the size of the padding and the size of the text of the buttons. That we need to, again, it's the same thing. We need to transform from pixels to viewport width and then to pixel again. So in this case, the button is 20 pixels, which means, if I don't remember, yeah, it's the same size of the text medium. There is a different ways that make that. We can create a button and add the text medium inside. I'm going to show you now. Or create your own variables and make this button scalable in the different viewports. So let's see. This is text medium. It's 12 and 48. Okay. So we take the first button, the button class, and it's 12 and 48. So what we're doing here is like, okay, let's put 48 and in here 12. And now what we're going to do is like, okay, we need to make a scale, the 12 pixels and 48. So the same. In here is a scale for the last value. So for 12, it's going to be 12 divided by 1440 by 100 is 833. So we go here, 833 viewport width. So it's the same. And in here, the 12 is going to be 12 by 1.333. It's 1599. Okay, so it's 1599.6 pixels. It's already in pixels, so we don't need to change the unit. It's down here. Then the 48 is the same. So let's see, 48 divided by 1440 by 100. This is 333. Okay, 333. Copy. I think this is important, Mason Florencia, because there are so many people that they make all the setup, but they don't know how to scale the elements and the components of the project. And this is really important because at the end of the day, is the base, is the sense of knockout. Make every component scalable, and you see how they scale. Otherwise, it's gonna be slightly different. Depends on the size of the project, but it's really important. And then 48 by 1.333 is 64 actually. So this is 64. Okay, so we have already, sorry, the padding of the button. Now is the text. Again, we can do it in here, changing the size. I'm going to show you a couple of ways to make it. Actually, three. One is changing the value of here. Let's say it's 20, no? We say 20, we go up here, and then 20 divided by 1440 by 100, and this is 138. So this is 138 viewport width. I don't know if any question here. Okay. And then we transform from 20 and pixel again by 1.333. 2666. 26. I'll get lost. No, hold on. 26. Yeah. 26. 6 in pixels. Important. So now this button is scalable in the with the text and the padding. The other way that you can make it, you can make this button scalable really easy as well by adding a link. We add a link block actually. Let's put in here. And we add the class of the button, and then we add a text inside. We just need to text, and we said that it was the small, if I remember. It was 20, no? So it's text medium, sorry. Text medium. So we do here, and we say text medium. Put on text, and then we change the underline in here, decoration, text decoration, and that's it. It's the exact same thing. So you can do it with the bottom element. You can do it by adding the text medium. And the third option is this one. It's creating a value. So we said this is 20. So we go to our custom code. And in my opinion, I will say that the last option that I made by adding the text, or this one, because it's you have all the variables of the text related with the buttons, with the headlines, with the text, everything. I think it's more clean and you can make the change more easy. So what you can do here is create the buttons. We said that it was text medium the same. So let's add a new class. We're going to add the variable button, for example, then viewport width. And we said that this was 20 view pixel, but the first value is in viewport width. And the second one is in pixel. So we do button, pixels, 20 pixels. And now the next thing is how we do it with the new headline that I created before. Is by adding the math. So how we do it in here, we can do it, for example, with the text video or whatever. You copy paste whatever you want. Let's do it in here. And we change the class first. The class is button. In here, we add the class button, and then we add the variable. We change the variable up here. Set in here. And now we made, this is for the 1440. Let's do it for the 1920. For 1920, the same. We copy whatever, this one. We paste it. Everything is in our documentation. So don't worry if you have any other questions, you can ask anything as well. So this is button, and we change up here, I think button pixels. No? It's the variable that how we call that. Yeah, button pixels. So this is how you do it. There are three ways to do the buttons, to approach the buttons. One is by making all the changes up here, like either the padding and also important the size, and then changing in every different viewport. The second one is creating a link as we did before and adding a text inside, but need to match with one of the texts that we made. Like let's say need to match either for the text medium, text S, or text L. If this doesn't match, you need to create your own. There is no other way. But if this match, you can use these classes inside the button. And the third one is create the variable, and that's it. But the only thing that you will need to make here in the designer will be the padding. That's we don't know through the variable. We do it through the designer, the Webflow designer. And then, well, what else? Let's see the button up here. We have as well radius 56 pixels. So let's see. We go to the button. We got a border radius 56. 56. This is in pixels. We need to do again the math. So otherwise, it's gonna be I don't know a little bit weird for in the bigger viewport. So 56 we transfer to viewport width 56 by 1440 100 3888. So we do here 3888 viewport width, and again in here 56 we transform to pixels 56 by 1.333, and we get 7464 pixel. That's the essence of knockout. Pixel in the base breakpoint, viewport width in the 1440 breakpoint, and pixel again in the 1920. This is the only thing that you need to keep in mind, and the rest is really easy. But it's the only thing. You need to transfer pixels, viewport width, and pixel again. There's no other.
Yeah, and this is definitely probably, and you think about all those different screen size going from like, someone that's, I don't know, on a 30-inch display and trying to make sure that everything's looking good all the way down to the phone. And being able to make those updates, really, like what we're doing is we're making these updates in one place, and then we can scale those out.
Yeah.
I am about to jump, so I know Felix, you'll kind of get to a stopping point, but I wanted to thank you for letting me join in and
Yeah,
sit
of course.
on this. So it's been really great. And the next one that's coming up is going to be Kendra. So Felix, you'll get to sort of sit in the passenger seat on the one for Kendra. Also, I really love the new setup. It's really great.
You see?
So it's been, yeah, it's like so official. Like you're, bringing comments over,
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff. So great stuff,
Awesome.
Flancy and Felix.
Okay, thank you, Mason. Yeah, we look forward to have more live streams and make more content around the Webflow and what we do in Edgar Allan. So thank you.
Great. Cool. All right. I'll see everyone later.
Okay.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Bye. So yeah, so I think this is pretty much everything of the setup. I mean, we have also the links down here. It's basically the same. One question I got from here, it's like, how do you remove the arrow? Like how how can I remove the arrow? So this arrow is attached to this class. This arrow is coming from Fonts Awesome that we made a video in our YouTube channel that you can check it out. But basically, it's really easy. So what we did in here, if you go to the custom code, I think it's in custom code again. Yeah, we have some CSS that's served for work for making some small changes in the rich text, some font smoothing that is important whenever you see the website that is going to be more smooth. But in here, if we scroll and we see here CTA, this is the same link class. So if you see this after, I don't know, there's pseudo class, you guys know, but this is like a CSS pseudo class. And in here we add a font. This is the arrow. So how font also works. It's like a font family. It's the same thing. So you can add different icons, arrows, yeah, whatever you want. So how you can remove it? Well, you can comment that. You comment it up here, and that's it. You go scroll, the arrow disappears. So, and you can add a new one again. All the information is in our YouTube channel to how to add the different icons from Font Awesome. But this is basically how you do it. I don't know if there is any other questions or there is anybody that want to have any doubt about the style guide of Knockout or Knockout in general that want to say something.
Well, I guess we'll have to do like a second episode of showing the fun part.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the bill. Yeah, we are going to make it.
Build, because what I think it's great about this is that you have set everything up. We have the text, we have the buttons, we have the colors, the swatch, we have everything line up. So once you see that, how this all gets together to build the site, it's so much fun to see how fast it's especially you that you just build so fast. It's so much fun to see you like coming together with all the tools that you already set up. So
yeah, next week we plan to start making the build of the homepage. I mean, in an hour we probably don't have time enough for making the whole homepage because it's like there are some components that. But
a section, maybe like the hero section, or I don't know,
absolutely.
The one that you like the most.
Yeah, for sure. And we look forward for the people. Look, Stephanie's have to go. Thank you, Stephanie. For the people from the community to join us, to share things, to build together at the end of the day. Apart from this project that we have, we are going to, as we said, we are going to do in Spanish as well for the Webflow Cafe community. Sorry, that we have more things coming. more swag. This is something that Florencia probably will show you guys in the
I'm
upcoming
gonna drop
episodes.
it. I'm gonna post it in the Webflow Cafe community. A little sneak peek of the Webflow Cafe swag
Mhm.
that is coming up,
Yeah,
and hopefully we'll be able to send it throughout Latin America and Spain,
yeah.
or the US because there's some people there as well.
Mhm.
So it's going to be fun. Jose says the use of images is a very interesting, and yes, it is.
Yeah, it
Uh,
is. It is.
yeah,
I think this I can show you in another episode, but yeah, what basically we do is like work with the images as a background using the padding and the object fit, so the image is scaled no matter how big or wide is the monitor or small, so everything has the same shape all the time. But yeah, can be a little bit tricky at the beginning, but if you use this approach, I mean, there are another style guide that are using this approach as well now, because I think it's the way to do it with the images. Because at the end of the day, we want to scale the sites to any viewport, because there are people that has 24 inches, that there is people with 13 inches or whatever, depends where they live. And this is really important. The images has the same, ratio and shape. So yeah, we can definitely do the a class talking about that. Well, and I think we passed the hour.
yeah, I know.
We have to say, well, we are in YouTube. We are also in Twitch. I don't know if someone is coming from Twitch here. Everybody was coming from YouTube, but we are also in Twitch. It's experimental thing to see if the people like more Twitch or YouTube.
Yeah, well,
So
maybe we'll one day like just open up the streaming and show how we build like a little component or a slider that we usually get a lot of questions around that, and it's super fun. I mean,
yeah.
it's doing the little things that make the site look great and feel great. So those little things, we're also
Mhm.
looking forward to show you guys that.
Yeah. So yeah, Victoria, thank you for joining us today. And whoever is not in the Webflow Cafe can also join the EA Live. But again, if you are in Webflow Cafe, you don't need it because we are going to publish everything. But this is the URL if you want to join us. Nothing else. I know there is no more question. Looking forward to see you guys in the next episode.
Yeah, excited
Okay.
to be there and see the magic coming in together.
Yeah, it was really fun today. So, well, thank you, everybody, and see you next episode next week. Bye bye.
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 Ciao.